Hello everyone, welcome to some more scratches. So it has been like a week since I've had a chance to play, and I got a hint from Matthew because I've looked around a few places out around by the greenhouse. So he said he needs to take the crowbar in there that I had missed was for something. Now I put together and asked him, it'll be with the water valve in the basement, won't it? You know, that thing that we can't turn by hand. And he confirmed that. So we will make at least a little bit of progress today. It's just scary music and I don't like it. I don't like the scary music. So, go to the basement and we turn the water on. And I'm guessing that should rinse out the shiny thing. I did find a pool of water when I was looking around, which I'm guessing is some kind of hint to that's where it's going to get washed out to, because we're not going to be able to stick our hands in that grate. Which seems strange to me because if the water hasn't been on, then it wouldn't have fed into that, so it should be dried up by now. It should have said something like, water should once have been here, but no, it was like, oh, there's like this beautiful little bit of water underneath this tree. Right, so, crowbar. Maybe now crowbar? Whoa. No, I want... Okay, so I'm guessing we're going to have to use something else on the crowbar to help it turn. Whoa! That's the sound my Kindle makes when it's unplugged, but it's been unplugged like 18 hours or something. So, and shears wouldn't be useful. I guess I could hammer it down, but that doesn't really make much sense to me. So we've got to put some gloves on. See, this doesn't make sense. How does that work? You should just be able to press down here and it's like a lever. And do I have to hammer it again? Right, well, I'm assuming that's on now, even though I didn't hear anything because the hammer isn't now working. I can always put it back and come down here if it's not working. But stop it with the scary music, jeez. The water was running, but there seemed to be a problem with the pipes. Just in here, or is that outside as well? I don't like the music in here anymore. It's scary and mysterious and it's ominous and I don't like it anymore. Let's leave. Oh, let me leave. I couldn't quite get the door handle there. I've been made nervous. Matthew asked me how I was finding it and I said, oh, it's really good. And he was like, you're not scared at all? And I was like, no, it's a point and click game, so it's not like we're going to get chased. And he said, are you so sure about that? And now I'm scared of everything. Now that he said that, I'm scared of everything. And the situations. And, ugh. Right, so that's still there. Let's go round because we plugged this in. So. Do I hear a sprinkle water? Or am I making that up? Okay. Plant on top of the table is strange. See, something makes me think, because this is like pretty much the only thing still alive, that we're gonna need a bit of it, but... Oh, I think I was right. Can I take some more? So far the butchering of the rare plant wasn't necessary. Okay, let's have a look at these. Taking a few leaves and fruits from that strange African plant, they had a very particular smell. Okay. Where are the stairs? There they are. Can I... Ah! And then the water will be going down into there, and this is what I mean. Now it should be washing this out, so... Can I reach it with... Well, I guess I just picked up the spade, so I'll try that first. That wasn't useful. Crowbar, I can shove that down. I didn't even click on that yet. So, I'm guessing it must have washed out to that pool. If I can ever find that pool again, it was strangely difficult to find. But it was... this way. I've been through a lot to get that small key. Small key! Okay. I also was talking to Matthew and I was telling him the only thing that was still... No, I don't want to go back down there. I want to go... The only thing that I knew that was still locked was the small key in the... How do I leave this place? Right. There we go. In the study, and he confirmed that I would need to go there. And then he did actually give me a spoiler, but I'm not going to give that to you guys yet. I'm telling you off, Matthew. Studies through here. So. New small key here. What's this letter? Dear Catherine, first of all, I beg you to take the utmost care in order to keep this letter away from James. I don't like to think of the mental breakdown he would suffer if he reads this. Okay, this is in the study. It from a time where pretty much only, I think, the gentlemen would really have the desk. And I doubt that they would share it. And I think if they did share it, James would be very annoyed that she locked this letter away. So I think James has read this letter. You know James much better than I do, so you must share my conviction that he'd never harm anything. But even so, I'd ask you to be careful whenever he's around, at least until we sort out the situation. He's been especially unstable lately, speaking about his determination to suppress this so-called curse. I truly fear for him and for his sanity, but I wouldn't say he was qualified as dangerous, but just in case, be cautious. Oh, maybe that shape that he was burying wasn't Catherine, but it was the mask. I don't know why that's just clicked in my head. I've been playing the role of an ally who believes in James. I'm James. I'm going to say that's in James. And so far I think I've done a good job convincing him, but I'm afraid it won't last much longer. I can't do all the things he's now asking me to. He's been delving into some very obscure arts and what began as a hobby has now become a dangerous obsession. He wants me to perform an African ritual on that awful mask. Which is convinced has released an ancient spirit which will harm everything he loves and cares for. It's so utterly insane that I'm sure to translate this into words. My biggest fear is that I'll end up losing my own mind along with his, so I've got to put an end to all this. And about the other issue, you should know I've gotten over it, Catherine. What we did 2 years ago, the decision we made, and we knew it would affect the course of our lives, has been haunting my sleep ever since then. I know you must be more affected by this, but you wouldn't understand all that's been going on in my head. The confusion, the contradiction. What year was this again? Because is this about the baby? Now more than ever, I'm not sure if it's the right decision or not, but there's no turning back and we must face the consequences. All I wanted to say about this is that I'm deeply sorry I've behaved erratically these past days and I've unnerved you. You have my word that I won't ever reveal anything. Whatever you do with this letter, make sure James doesn't feel anything suspicious. I'd rather have you destroy this. Through extreme situations require extreme measures. What year was this? 93. I don't know if that was the 2 years ago. Right. Numbers. I'm guessing that those blocks in the nursery will be it. Now, I didn't see an R. I rubbed out the savings of those letters, by the way, because this way. Matthew was saying that I've got that, like, writing them down is useless and that I was missing a letter and stuff like that, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I know that I was missing R, which we know is the first name of the child because that's, just, you know, what was in front of the child's coffin. So, if we go back to the nursery, I'll be able to get those names and numbers back. Wait, no, this isn't what we want. It's up the other stairs. Here. And I'm going to take a drink, and we can keep going. This is rather extreme. Okay, so whatever it is Robin. Robin is the name. Right, so that is something 9097. It seems weird that both O and I would be 9, but, you know, is there anywhere where we can see an R? I can't see an R anywhere. Whoops. Oh, R's are in here. R is 5. Jeez, I'm trying to write with the pen. It doesn't work. You'd think I'd throw this pen away. The pen that doesn't work, but nope. Nope, I would not. So yes. The name being Robin was the spoiler that Matthew had given me. Anyway, this is as far as we'd discussed up to, because, you know, he knows the game. I'm mostly recording this for him. I'm talking about him, like, you know, I'm not talking to him for the enjoyment of anyone else who might decide they want to watch. Maybe Jamie. What's the best way? Where am I going again? To the study. Let's go this way. Let me click on the door. Yes, cause I just thought I'd rather, like, there's so much running around and clicking stuff and everything like that, and you don't remember what you've done off screen or on screen sometimes, like when you click on something and you get the description, like, down at the bottom. You don't always remember what's been on camera and what hasn't, and unless you've literally just done it. But sometimes you can remember things from a long, long time ago that you thought was on camera, but wasn't. No, that was already on 5. 5. Whoops, no, I want this one. Well, that's supposed to be 0 anyway. 90. No, crap, I went over it. 9. 7. Robin. No, what? I want to open it. What? It's empty. What is this? Aha! That was an interesting puzzle. So I've got a thing. That is another key. The key was heavily done. It's got the cross on. So it's for the chapel. Right. Well, then my thing would be, let's go to the chapel. 15 minutes, that's perfectly fine. We've got plenty of time to go chapeling. Front. Let's go the front way. I don't know if this is the exact location I'd want to be with my study, like directly off the dining room. Although, if you've got servants to do the cooking for you, then I could actually fully see that being very beneficial. I do not have servants to do my cooking. I have to do my cooking myself, unfortunately. Where's the chapel? Is there a chapel down here? Yes. Okay. Oops, helps if I click on it right. The lock produced a loud noise that echoed in the quietness of the area. It made me wonder about the secrets that had been kept safe and undisturbed here for years. Ooh, that's quite scary. Not even inside the chapel did I perceive a peaceful environment. The deadly stillness was deeply unnerving. That chanting is very, very unnerving. Oh my gosh, they do such a good job with the sound in this game. It's very not dusty in here, considering. The chalice was lavish and pleasing to the eye. It was sadly of no use to me. Still shiny but fragile. At this point, I wasn't going to bother with light switches anymore. Okay, what's this? Some kind of small metal ring. Can I use the crowbar to help me pull it up? Yes. Statue looking holy in this place. Right, so the thing is there must be some kind of secret switch then. We sure I can't crowbar something else? Sorry, Jesus, but still try it anyway. That wasn't useful. Oh! Why won't you let me? Can I crowbar another tile? No. Okay, I don't know what use that has still. Let's try going up these stairs. Can I go forward, please? Items seem to belong to a priest. Yes, they would do. Whoops. There has to be something else, though. The Holy Bible. Ooh. Oh. This'll be... I didn't notice before, but... Yes. I actually, for some reason, thought it'd be the one in this hand, because I just remembered seeing the one in there so clearly. But... What do you mean it wasn't useful? It goes in that hole. There we go. Inserted a nail into the hole. Okay. And now I can... What? I can what? I really don't know what you want from me here. Okay, the only thing I can think of... He's got one cross there, he's got cross hold that, he's got his crown on. Wait, something was clearly different about the INRI sign now. I couldn't reach it. Can I poke it with the shovel? Can I poke it with the crowbar? Yes, yes I can. That's scary. Okay. Random secret passage. Can I turn any lights or anything on? Or do I just have to sit in darkness? Impossible to turn the secret room, but it seems to be a candle. That's a scary looking thing. Why does the map of Africa down here? Okay, what's this stick, first of all? The branch is very odd looking. Is that why we took it? Right, can we read books about occultism? Oh, okay. Christopher, these may well be my last notes in this regard. I'm afraid Catherine has already realised what I've been doing here all the time. In vain. I've tried to explain myself, and I know what might have been the outcome had I kept insisting, but if you could only believe me, Christopher. Because I know you intend well, but I can feel the doubt in your heart. Put your rational thoughts aside for the moment and yield to the facts. If I can do it, someone who's very constantly taught in the wonders of science, who was constantly taught, that makes much more sense, ever since his childhood, then so can you. I'm hoping that you will contemplate the possibility of some truth in my assessments once you read about my latest findings. It's imperative that you carry on with this task. Catherine is watching my every step, and I'm afraid she'll take strong measures if I do anything out of ordinary. Did you know she's been talking to the doctor besides you and the psychiatrists? My God, Christopher, I feel like she's willing to shut me in a madhouse. How is it possible that all you won't believe me? As if what happened with my own son wasn't enough proof. What really happened? I don't know. In my adjacent notes, you'll find an exhaustive essay on the origin of the curse and what should be done to eliminate it. I know the whole amulet deal must sound crazy to you, but you have to trust me. The tribe has been doing it for centuries. Are you going to forfeit all that knowledge and experience? They faced a God, Christopher, and lived to tell it. Now it's our turn to live and tell the story. And Christopher, if we fail to remove the curse and anything happens to me, I want you to do it. And I want to have my complete mental faculties whilst I'm asking you this. I have them. Not I want to have them, I already have them. It's been becoming more and more dangerous lately. Do not hesitate. There's simply no other way, and you'd be the only one left who can do it. Promise me you will. I know I'm asking you to become a cold-hearted murderer, but Christopher, our lives and possibly many others are at stake. Isn't that enough to forget your vow to do no harm? I'm guessing kill him? James, but you never got to send this letter because it was down here. No, let me... I think that's everything. Guess I can go talk to Jerry now? I mean, the phone lines haven't been working, but literally I've got no other leads. I've been everywhere now. Oh my gosh, that was a scary sound. The church door's closing. I'm super nervous now. Will Jerry let me call him?
Yes?
Jerry, it's me.
Michael, I was about to call you.
Why?
I've been thinking about what you told me, and you could be onto something there, but I'm worried about your safety now. This could be dangerous.
What do you mean by dangerous?
Well, let's suppose you're right, and James Blackwood is indeed hiding somewhere inside the house. He's a madman, a murderer, and your life could be in danger.
Jerry, if James Blackwood is still alive, he'd be nothing more than a harmless, decrepit old man. I don't think I'd have any problem outdoing him.
And what if he is armed?
I'm willing to take that risk. He surely knows I'm here by now. What if he's waiting for me to leave so that he can escape? I can't miss this opportunity.
The opportunity of what, for Christ's sake?
Of knowing. I'm already too much into this, Jerry. And if I don't know what happened inside this house, I won't be able to sleep again.
You're obsessed. You were supposed to finish your book, get some rest, and now look at this. What are you going to say to your editor?
Who knows, maybe this whole episode inspires me to write that ending. I'm sorry. I can't leave this now, Jerry. It's too late.
I can't believe this. I don't understand you. Doesn't the possibility of spending another night in that house with a creepy old man hiding in the basement scare you?
I know what you're trying to do. Goodbye, Jerry.
Michael? Michael! It's dangerous, do you hear me? Dangerous! You have to leave that place!
I'll keep you informed.
He really wants me out for some reason. Let's see, my efforts and fruitful initiative key. Drawn and study provided me with further revelation of the Blackwood's drama. Robin, that's the name of the son. Whoops, no. And of course letter R in the crypt. Box contain yet another key. Finally inside the chapel. Okay. I'm about to make great discoveries in here in the chapel. I didn't really make a great discovery in there, so I must have missed something. Because that's the only lead I have right now. I'm going to go back. Somebody just been at the front gates. Let's go check out the front gates. Oh, this is the... No, stop it! What's this? Due to irregularities during the acquisition progress carried over by Mr. Jerry P. Carter, you are to immediately leave the property. You have 2 days to effectively abandon the property after the issuing of this notice. We take no responsibility for the courier service. A police officer should arrive on Tuesday. This is Monday, so I've only got 1 day. You'll be immediately taken into custody if you're here from the National Trust. This will be why Jerry... Yeah, that was the reason why Jerry wanted me to leave so badly. I bitterly realised that he wouldn't come for me, and that it was up to me to find a way to leave the house. Yes, he did say he was going to be driving down, and now suddenly he isn't, so... He could have at least just said, oh, I'm not driving down, I've checked there's been a problem, and, like... You know, I want to get some stuff sorted. Jerry fooled me. I can't believe I'm deeply hurt yet. I'm all worried. A few hours left to do something about Blackwood Manor. If I don't succeed, the solution to the mystery will be lost forever. Right. Yeah, so he wants to keep staying looking. He doesn't want to leave yet. This way? So I'm guessing it's in the secret room that I've missed something. So there must have been another bit of paper on the desk. Because I really doubt there's anything else. It's most disregard. Yeah. Wait, what? Right, no. This is some... I was shocked to learn about these evil, terrible as it was. I still wondered what extent James Blackwood wanted to get rid of the curse. No. Okay, see, I didn't read this because it was the letter, so I thought it was the same one, but it wasn't. Wait, in vain I've been trying to explain myself. No, it would be an outcome. Had I kept insisting. But I know you... Wait, what? No, this is now the same letter. Another adjacent notes. Okay, here we go. Here's the essay. Let's find out what James wrote about and what Michael was saying was evil. So the folklore of the Dharma is disturbing as their vicious attacks. If my research has been correct, I've stumbled upon one of the most ancient tribes, dating back to so-called Bushmen inhabited South Africa. How could any civilization survive all this time without ever hunting or expanding? Just being there. I don't dare imagine what 200 years of inbreeding cannibalism can do to a people. I've seen them and they can't be called humans. What's most unsettling is their mystical background, possible to be considered a religion due to its complete lack of basic rules and maturity. The only simple premise is to keep an evil entity at bay, which has been stalking them since the beginning of time or Dark Ages. I had to stop and consider the implications. The Dharma actually thought of their later period, the systematic slaughtering of mankind, as good times or golden ages. I thank the Lord that this tribe never managed to grow, as I seriously think the region, maybe even the entire continent, would have suffered. The history is so ancient it makes me dizzy. The vengeful god is referred to as Dolom, and will control the Dharma via its many incarnations. Most of the time it'd be a tall feline-like figure in the shadows, slaying any villager who would unwillingly come close. Some say its deadly claws would not only penetrate your body but your soul, and the purpose of the harassment is unclear. It would look as if the Dharma were simply toys to play with. It then seems that the Dharma managed to free themselves from its clutches with the help of an amulet or a charm. Aha! Which would effectively force the entity to retreat. The most curious thing is how the amulet was conceived. Two main elements for exercising the evil related to each other, one representing the victim and one representing the victimizer. To achieve this, something related to each one was used. Well, I'm not sure what's referred to as the victim. It can be concluded that anything belonging to a villager would be served, given that they were all victims. As for something representing the victimizer, that being more complicated, what could possibly be related to a god? This god in question. Because otherwise, it could be religious symbol. These elements have to be mixed with a rare medicinal plant native to the region. I think I have that plant, which apparently has the properties to blend both items together, as long as they were not too solid. Finally, a branch of a particular tree whose name escapes me can now be used as the holder. Was that the tree that was there? These blended items. It is on this item that a mysterious blessing was performed. It should be noted that all elements had to be organic. Okay, so why did you wait till the end to write it had to be organic? You should have done an organic element of the victim and an organic element of... How would you get an organic bit of a god? Anyway, the Dharma successfully released themselves from the control of the vicious god with an intense ritual that seems to have taken days to perform. In the end, the amulet was so powerful, the entity surrendered to their will and offered divine power in exchange for sacrifices. But the Dharma wouldn't be fooled. They decided that getting rid of the evil once and for all would be the wisest thing to do. So they managed to capture its spirit and store it someplace where they could guard it for ages to come. The mask! Right down here. It's in the mask, in the confines of the blessed wood. The Dharma will keep the spirit at bay via regular rituals, bloody sacrifices, and the amulet. Last book had 2 paragraphs in, revealed something that me completely paralysed with terror. I've always wondered since I began studying them what made the Dharma savagely slaughter neighbouring tribes. Was it first an ungodly sense of enjoyment? No, it was fear. Fear that someone else would take the mask and release the god. They killed to protect themselves from falling again into the Dark Ages. If they went to such extreme lengths to avoid this, then what did they have to endure when the entity was free? The rituals haven't been performed in the mask for years now. What have I done? What have I done? Okay, so can we combine these two? That wasn't useful. What does it say in here about a victim and a victimizer? The story fully revealed to me now that disturbing African mask is cursed. Not upon whether it's real or not, though I'm actually willing to believe that due to my experiences inside this house, that Blackwood believed it was anyway. What drastic measures would he take to get rid of it? A murder, a sacrifice? So maybe he did kill Catherine and he is the victimizer and Catherine is the victim. Could that be it? Anyway, he said it's all been revealed to him anyway now. He knows the story. Dear Lord. Chapel doors closing is terrifying to me. I mean, what do I do now? Do I call Jerry? I mean, I guess we're mad at Jerry, so we don't really want to call him. He doesn't actually say he's ready to go anywhere. Not that the car's working anyway. And I wouldn't quite know how to get it working either. How long have we been recording for? 36 minutes. Wow, that's longer than I thought. So I'm going to end the episode here, and I am going to have a wander around the house, clicking on everything and thinking about stuff. And so I'll see you guys next time, which I assume will be the last episode. Anyway, see you then. Bye bye.